learning through tutorials and seminars. Asking questions and joining in discussions are very important skills for university study. In many subjects, you will receive marks for tutorial participation, and parts of this mark reflects how active you have been in tutorial discussions. If you find it difficult to speak or to ask questions in tutorials and seminars, try the following strategies. Observe. Attend as many seminars and tutorials as possible, and notice what other students do. Ask yourself some questions. How do other students enter into the discussion? How do they ask questions? How do they disagree with or support the topic? How do other students make critical comments? What special phrases do they use to show politeness even when they were voicing disagreement? How do they signal to ask a question or to make a point? Prepare. You cannot contribute to a discussion unless you are well prepared. Make sure that you complete your assigned readings or tutorial assignments. If you don't understand the material or don't feel confident about your ideas, speak to a tutor or lecturers outside the class. Participate. Participating in discussion-based classes is an unfamiliar expectation for many students. Some students have already developed strategies for effectively speaking up in class, asserting their ideas and opinions, and taking center stage, while others may still be acquiring them. But if the aim of class discussion is to learn from others and to allow them to learn from you, there are lots of contributions that count, including questioning, listening, and responding. Contributions count. And there are lots of ways to make these contributions, as described below. 1. Prepare to contribute by carefully reviewing the syllabus and locating the current readings and topics in relation to the course as a whole. Use the syllabus and the lecture materials to generate questions and comments in advance. 2. Explicitly relate or link your observations and comments to the course objectives, central themes, and main topics. 3. Ask a question that encourages someone to clarify or to elaborate on a comment. For example, can you explain how this example illustrates the concept of? 4. Give information to clarify the topic or correct an error. 5. Make a comment to link two people's contributions. 6. Comment on what has already been said. 7. Explain that you find another person's ideas interesting or useful and describe why. 8. Paraphrase a point someone has already made and build on it. 9. Summarize several people's contributions, taking into account a recurring theme in the discussion. For example, it seems we have had variations on two main points of view. On the one hand, 10. Find a way to express appreciation for the insights you have gained from the discussion. Be specific about what it is that helped you understand something better. Leading a discussion. You may be in a seminar group that requires you to lead a group discussion or to lead a discussion after an oral presentation. You can lead a discussion by the following ways. 1. Introducing yourself and stating the purpose of the discussion. For example, let's begin with. First of all, I would like to introduce. The main focus of this discussion is 2. Asking questions to stimulate the discussion. For example, would you mind explaining that a little bit more? That's interesting. Could you tell us more? Could anyone give an example? What are your views regarding? Why don't we? May I ask? 3. Make sure no one dominates the discussion by inviting and encouraging contributions from all students. For example, you can say, "What do you think? What's your opinion about? Would you like to say something? How do you feel about? Let's hear from someone else about." 4. Ensuring only one member of the group speaks at a time. For example, "I think Angela was trying to express a point about." Let's hear from Andrew first. "Sorry to interrupt, but..." Excuse me for interrupting, but... 5. Ensuring the discussion remains relevant and does not shift off topic. For example, you can say, "Let's get back to." Or you can say, "As we have just heard." Speaking of the previous point. That's an interesting point, but can we come back to that later? 6. Summarizing or rephrasing a speaker's point. You can say, "So, to my understanding," or "From what I understand, it seems to me that," "I've personally come to the conclusion that." Let me try to rephrase your point on, "In other words." 7. Summarizing the discussion. You can say, "We have concluded that." "So, we have come to the conclusion that." You can just simply say, "In summary." Back to the initial goal of our discussion. Discussion manners. Courtesy is extremely important in successful tutorial discussions. The following are a few ground rules for good conduct. Do. 1. Respect the contribution of other speakers. Speak pleasantly and with courtesy to all the members of the group. 2. Listen well to the ideas of other speakers. You will learn something. 3. Acknowledge what you find interesting. 4. Remember that a discussion is not a fight. Learn to disagree politely. 5. Respect differing views. Those who hold them are not necessarily wrong. 6. Think about your contribution before you speak. How best can you answer the question or contribute to the topic? 7. Try to stick to the discussion topic. Do not introduce irrelevant information. If the discussion does digress, bring it back on topic. 8. Be aware of your body language. Keep it open and friendly. Avoid gestures that appeared aggressive. 9. Speak clearly. Do not whisper, even if you are feeling uncertain about your ideas or language. Don't take offense if another speaker disagrees with you. Putting forward different points of view is an important part of any discussion. Others may disagree with your ideas, and they are entitled to do so. 2. Never try to intimidate or insult another speaker or to ridicule the contribution of others. 3. Do not use comments like, "Oh, that's stupid," or "You are wrong." Learn to disagree and argue appropriately. 4. Take care to use a moderate tone of voice. If you sound angry or aggressive, others will not want to listen to you. 5. If you are a confident speaker, try not to dominate the discussion. Pause to allow quieter students a chance to contribute. 6. Avoid drawing too much on personal experience or anecdotes. Although some tutors encourage students to reflect on their own experience, remember not to generalize too much. 7. Do not interrupt or talk over another speaker. Let them finish their point before you start. Listening to others earns you the right to be heard.